How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm a little tired, but I'm good. Just did the
Okay.
show and it was fun. And if it's a good show, usually you wear yourself out, and that's the way it should be. So it's a good tired.
That's great. First one, you have an incredible life. You had great and epic moments and many more to come. Have you ever thought of writing your biography someday?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if my biography would be very interesting. I think it would be kind of silly, really. Yeah, because I read, who's the last biography I read? Autobiography was Glenn Hughes, and it was fascinating. It was like story after story, great stories, and I don't know if mine would be that interesting. It would just be like, well, I got up again and I started writing another song and practiced my Phrygian mode, and people are like, that's boring, I don't want to hear about that. So I don't know, maybe if something really exciting happens in my life, maybe if I'm abducted by aliens, that would add a real, I don't know if any musician, well, I'm sure someone's claimed that they've been abducted, but something has to happen that makes it interesting. So
Okay, maybe someday. You're an inspiration and role model for many people. How do you feel about that?
wow.
That's the truth.
Well, it's a massive honor to hear something like that, but you don't want to let people down. I mean, that's the thing. It's like I'm human and I mess up, and just like anybody else. So you hear things like that, and I mess up and make mistakes just like everybody. So, like for me, every night when I go out on stage, it's a lot of pressure because my biggest fear every single night is letting fans down. And I'm gonna. I mean, it's impossible not to, because you get tired, you get sick, the venue doesn't sound right. People are gonna be. You can't please everybody, and that's the thing I didn't realize when I started chasing this down a long time ago. Was no matter how hard you try, no matter what happens, you can't make everybody happy all the time. So you have to learn to kind of live with that and accept it, and just do the best you can, because otherwise I can see why people fall into drugs and fall into things, because sometimes it really messes with your head. It's a very interesting existence.
Thank you. After all these years, how do you still find inspiration for writing this incredible music?
Well, it kind of gets harder sometimes, because there's certain themes that you always go to, and there's certain chord progressions you go to, and certain melodic concepts you go to, and guitar. I mean, you have a kind of a finite amount of bag of tricks, and so the trick is just to keep that fresh and keep that from emptying, and so. A lot of it's just constantly listening to music and trying to discover new artists, and read, and new philosophies about life, and just continue to be a sponge and continue to learn. That's what I try to do.
Okay. You recorded some vocals for Hearthstone. Could you tell us more about that?
For Hailstorm?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really flattered they asked me to be a part of a song that they're gonna. I don't know if it's been released yet or not, but they had a few different singers sing on this cool tune they have. So I was really flattered to be part of the company that they, not part of the company. I articulated that wrong. To be among the singers that they asked, because there were some great singers.
Some fans wanted to know if you'll ever release a Metal Guitar DVD with Fret 12, like Mark did.
Who knows? Something like that could happen. Where I was a guitar instructor that was really my first real job. Like when I was a teenager, I started playing and I learned everything, and then I didn't want to cut. I'm sorry. I'm sorry?
The air guitar on the thing.
Yeah, the air guitar. And then I didn't want to cut my hair and get a real job, so I figured out that I could, teach my friends what I knew, and then the word kind of spread. So, yeah, I had so many years. I mean, how many years did I teach off and on for probably around 15 to 17. I'd have to do the math, but a long time. So I feel like maybe at some point it would be cool to put something out, kind of to explain the fundamentals, maybe fundamental theory, and nothing super duper advanced, because there's plenty of those out there, but just to kind of touch on things that I touched on with hundreds of students back in the day. Maybe that would be interesting.
We saw this PM something on the PRS website about the release of your own PRS signature. Something more?
Well, there's maybe there's, who knows? I didn't know anything was on the website, but yeah, there's.
Is it on the way?
If I tell you, they will kill me.
Okay, so it's a yes. Thank you, Myles. Okay, about Outerbridge, because we can't wait to come back. Do you think about making an acoustic record with Outerbridge, with actual or new songs maybe?
We've talked about it. We talked at one point about possibly trying to do maybe an acoustic EP instead of a full album. So who knows? Maybe covering some of the songs that we recorded with a full band, maybe redoing those acoustically. It's a tricky thing putting on acoustic records as a rock band, as a hard rock band in particular, because you can really, it's kind of a slippery slope. Some people might really enjoy it, but there are other people like, they're getting soft, and so you have to be really careful.
Yeah. As we know, many of your fans like the acoustic version of Before Tomorrow Comes, Brand New Start, and many songs you already sing as acoustic. So that's why many fans are asking this question.
Yeah, hopefully we'll figure something. I mean, I know as a singer, my wife and I were just actually talking about this, that for me, stripping a song down and playing it acoustic is really what I probably enjoy more than anything, because that's where the song really, you let the song really breathe. You don't.
There is no effects.
There's no effects, and there's nothing to kind of. I mean, the song is naked, and if it's a decent song and it's delivered appropriately, then hopefully it will connect.
Okay. Outerbridge got back in the studio in January. Lots of stuff have been planned before. Could you put some words on this new record?
Put some
words about staying all that.
Yeah, I mean, it's still kind of in the embryonic stage. There are, as far as themes go and everything, and I know personally I'm still trying to decide on what's the best way to go. And so the music is still evolving, and I think once the music's evolved and all of that is there, step back and go, okay, this feels like this let's do this, let's try this. And so it's still a little ways off. I think that this record is going to be, I'm sorry?
Huge.
Well, we'll see, I mean, hopefully people will enjoy it, but yeah, we've still got a lot of work to do, so.
How do you feel about the sound of AB4? One Day Remains and Blackbird completed each other musically, and you choose another musical direction with AB3. What about AB4?
Musical direction-wise, I think we've kind of established our sound, especially on the Blackbird record, and so it'll be a continuation of that. It's just how, I guess, what avenues you move into and explore a little more. But there's always, I think as a band, it's important to kind of, once you find a sound that you feel is your fans enjoy, that you connect with, you don't want to stray too far from that. You don't want to come out with some sort of jazz odyssey on the fourth record. People like, what the hell happened to Alter Bridge? So yeah, we'll try and make a record that still sounds like Alter Bridge, but at the same time, it's not just a regurgitation of what we've already done. That's the hard part.
Okay. Have you already think about a name, or maybe you have few ideas for AB4?
No, not yet. I mean, it's right now. It's just AB4, just because that's the working title. But it won't be. It definitely won't be called AB4. I mean, that would be lazy.
That's great.
And I still, I think I was in the minority. Just the AB3 was to me was like, come on,
That
let's
could be
come up with
kind
a
of
name.
concept, like
But-
Led Zeppelin.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Zeppelin, one,
I mean
two,
Zeppelin, yeah, but that's
four.
different. I mean those guys, they could, if they were Zeppelin, they could do whatever they want. But
AB2.
yeah, there you go.
What's your schedule till the release date of AB4? We heard about kinda June. So what you are gonna do till that?
Well, if we finish up this tour here, I go home next week, and then we start writing again. And
At Max from in Orlando?
I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll be down there, and some of it. It's a long story, but we're gonna we'll keep going in one way or another. And then I've got some dates with Slash and the guys in May, and we'll go back and finish recording. Yeah, and so it'll just be more of the kind of just the relentless schedule.
Okay. One question about your work with Slash and the Conspirators. The tour is so ending soon.
Mm-hmm.
Slash talked about making a new album with you and the Conspirators. Could you tell us about more about that already?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean there have been ideas that have been kicked around now for months, just bits and pieces, and he's extremely prolific when it comes to writing riffs and musical ideas, and it's great because like it's funny because sometimes he'll be sitting there playing something, and I'll literally just have to leave the room because my problem is when I hear something, I immediately start hearing melodies and lyrical ideas, and I just want to go and it's like sometimes it's just not the right time.
Something more words about Slash record?
Yeah, so yeah, it's still very early, but
No, hi guys.
hi. Speak of the devil.
Hi Slash.
Speaking of the devil, Myles.
Right? Yeah, but it's cool. I mean, it's some really cool stuff, and it's so different from Alter Bridge and from anything that I would come up with on my own. So it's always nice to get to have an opportunity to. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
About your solo record, how do you find a name?
Solo record?
Yeah.
Not yet. I still got a
Hey
little.
guys, we gotta wrap it up because we gotta go. Sorry.
Okay.
Are we?
Are we good?
All right. Cool.
Okay, so the last question we wrote. You and Selena make a perfect couple, and you're an acclaimed rock star now.
So say one
Do
more
you
time. I'm
still
sorry.
have you and Selena make a
Okay.
perfect couple, and you're an acclaimed rock star? Do you still have dreams to fulfill? To end this interview, what we could wish you for the future, personally and musically?
Man, I've got a really amazing, wonderful life. I have nothing to complain about. I have an incredible life. I have a great job. I get to do what I love. I mean, it's taken a long time to get to this point. But I think the goal is just to try and ride it out and continue to try and maintain it and hopefully make people happy and continue to enjoy it. Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, I can't really ask for anything else. I really can't. What else is there? Just I'm happy. This is great.
Thank you so much for your time
Thank you.
and for this opportunity. And
Cool.
see you next time.
Awesome.
Yep.